So I'm just doing some D&D planning. I accidentally wrote Arisan instead of Artisan. So it's going great. I'm going to be playing a one-shot with two of my online friends. I shouldn't do that, that's incredibly rude. With two of my online friends. Usually, or like lately, I've been a DM a lot of the time, so it's fun to get to be a player. We're just doing a one-shot for now, but we might do a campaign later. I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about my character. So, hold on, I just put this sheet down, now I've got to grab it again. I'm playing Marjorie. I'm an old lady halfling, and I'm a warlock, because I think it would be really funny, and I'm workshopping that accent, don't come for me, but I think it would be really funny to have this sweet old lady halfling, and then she turns around and she Eldritch blasts you in the face. And yes, I am being really stereotypical playing a warlock for the Eldritch blasting. In my defense, I've never played a warlock before. Usually I play elves or half-elves, who are rogues. So I'm branching out a little bit, but in the campaign that I might be doing with my friends, I'm probably either going to be a tabaxi or an elf or a half-elf. So, basically, Marjorie's story is that, she's old, she's settled down, she's had kids and grandkids, and now she wants to see what all the fuss about the adventuring lifestyle is. So, I'm still ironing things out with my dungeon master, but her warlock patron is going to be, I'm going with Archfey because I like the Archfey details. Her patron is going to be this, basically it's got the mindset of a child but godlike powers. So I think it's kind of cute and kind of scary. Her pact with the patron is essentially, because it's basically a child, if you gave a child infinite power, or godlike. So her pact is to go and tell this child stories of her adventures while she's out and about doing these adventures. But the twist that I mentioned to my DM that Marjorie hasn't thought about yet is that if Marjorie chooses, she's seen the adventuring lifestyle now, she's gonna go back to her family and settle down again. Now that she's seen the world and all of the things that are out there, she's gonna go and settle down. But if she goes and settles down, there's no more stories for this child. And what happens if you don't give a child with godlike power the things that it wants? So Marjorie really hasn't considered that. And I don't know if she realizes, what she's done by making a pact with this child either. So I wanted to give her... I focused on her charisma, because that is the warlock spellcasting modifier, and she's a sweet old woman. She's gonna be this very sweet old lady, but then in roleplay she's gonna often quite go off when my boy David was that age, or, my grandson Henry. So, I'm gonna have quite a lot of fun going off on those, old lady tangents. Oh, that's quite a rude, that elfling over there, he's quite rude, I can't believe he said that to me. So I'm looking forward to playing her a lot and figuring out her character. I don't think I'd play a character like Marjorie for a full campaign, but for the one shot it's really fun to mess around with the characterization, So I really focused on her charisma. And then I wanted to do wisdom because I feel like that's makes sense. She's lived a long life, again, elderly character. She's got dexterity. She's got +1 to dexterity. I feel like, hobbits are the fast ones and halflings are legally not hobbits, so makes sense. And then she's got +1 to constitution as well, because I want to give her some points to constitution, because again, hobbits, halflings, whatever, are supposed to be hardy. She has a +0 to strength, which I feel like makes sense. She's old. She's older. And then a -1 to intelligence, because you have to sync the stats somewhere. See, sometimes my handwriting is really bad, but it's actually okay on the sheet over here. I'm still figuring out just all of the details of her character, apart from the baseline thing I have, obviously, with the, my whole character concept, sweet old lady who Eldritch blasts you in the face. But I feel like she's gonna be really fun to play, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm a little bit scared of my DM, because I've recently gotten very into Shoot from the Hip, which is actually where Marjorie gets her name from. If you've seen, they have these long form plays, and one of the characters in one of the plays, The Unrelenting Aubergine. I'll see if I'll put a clip of her here. It's called Old Lady Marjorie. She slaps people who call her old, so maybe I should just say Marjorie. So I actually got Marjorie's name from there, but character-wise, she's very different and a lot sweeter than Old Lady Marjorie from The Unrelenting Aubergine. Anyway, I've got the Shoot from the Hip Patreon, and I watched their Patreon exclusive, The Bitter Sweethearts, which is a D&D, I don't know, one-shot campaign. There's two episodes, so it's not technically a one-shot, I think. But anyway, I watched The Bitter Sweethearts. It was, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it made me very upset in the best way possible. I loved it. And I sent my Dungeon Master an angst edit that made me sad. And I have been told that they've saved it for further use. So I'm very frightened. But I would do the same thing in their position. So I think that that's fair play. Anyhow, if my Dungeon Master and my fellow player don't mind, perhaps I will update on the story of Marjorie and her compatriot who she meets during the story. But for now, that shall be all. Goodbye. A blast? She eldritch? I blast on her- no. I cast on her eldritch till she blasts.